Is this the universe showing us signs, or are we just delusional and we need that to help us heal? 4 years ago, one of my best friends passed away. And ever since the day of her funeral, weird and wonderful things happened to me. I don't know why I'm getting emotional telling this story. It's bizarre. So after her funeral, we drove home, Callum and I was telling him lots of stories. I'm so grateful that he got to meet Marissa before she died. That means a lot to me. One of her biggest things was fancy dress. She absolutely adored doing it, and any given opportunity for us to dress up in something weird and wonderful, she would do. And so I was telling stories and recounting times of nights out when we were dressed as, or she was dressed as a bumblebee and I was a sailor, I think, that night. We had nights out. Every type of fancy dress, I think we've done it. When we got home, I just wanted a bit of time for myself. I'm very lucky outside my back gate is a great big field and there's a tree there that I could sit by. So I got myself a Bailey's and I went and sat outside by myself. Now, her funeral was on October the 12th and it is unusual to see bumblebees at this point. Out of nowhere, this bumblebee was hovering around me for such a long amount of time. I even managed to get a video of it, which I'll insert here. It was the weirdest, it was just a bizarre moment. In the days and weeks that have passed, there were other moments when I was struggling or I was really upset and I would randomly see bees. Got out of the car at B&Q one time with Callum and this bumblebee landed on my shoulder. There's been all sorts of moments like that. About a year after she passed away, I did a bumblebee memorial type piece. It's 2 bees, one is her and one is myself to represent that kind of thing. Then it's kind of been sporadic. I haven't really had the bumblebee things happen for quite some time. And then out of the blue, my wedding day. As some of you know, I was married previously and Marissa was my maid of honour for my first wedding. So very much would have been in my second wedding. And just outside of the confetti throwing, just as we'd got married, we'd walked outside, done the confetti throwing. A bee landed on my dress. So is that the universe telling me she's still there? Or is that just pure coincidence? Because I'd like to think it's something deeper and it means something more. And the reason I'm sharing this with you is because I believe that lots of people have these sorts of things, and there's things like feathers, people have feathers, or butterflies, or even robins, things like that. There's always something. But my thing is bumblebees.